Is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Rise Bahamas, Scotiabank, and Tropical Gyros.
The Tuesday, April 11th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Hope you had a good holiday weekend. Hope you enjoyed your Easter to the fullest. Obviously, I really hope you remember the reason for the season. But, yeah, boy, I know nothing more my Bahamian people love than a Friday to Monday long holiday weekend. You see Mr. Producer look like he had a good long holiday weekend. He looked like he got the Tuesdays going on. I got the Tuesdays going on, too. But, hey, we'll get through it together because it's a short week this week. Yeah, we closer than Friday than we thought. But nonetheless, you know how we're going to get it in. You know how we're going to get started. But listen, before I hit you up with your trivia and get you hooked up and get you on your way, I got to get a couple of things out of the way. You got any theme music there, Mr. Producer? I guess when you come back. Yeah, we'll make sure I get it. Go into the break. But a little FYI for you. On this day, well, actually not on this day, but yesterday, April 10th, and it was a holiday. On April 10th, 2012, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM signed on as the Bahamas' first all-talk news station. 11 years later, we remain the country's #1 and most popular source for talking news. We thank you all for taking this amazing journey with us, and we look forward to you continuing with us as we go forward. And listen, I got a little FYI for you, too. All of my Grand Bahama and Family Island listeners, you know how to get it in, you know how to get it on normally. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on. But now, wait, there's more. I want all my Grand Bahama and Family Island listeners. You asked for it, and here it is. You know you've been asking for it. You know, hey, when I get my time to chop it up with the boss, and hey, I will go on Monday on my show, Grand Bahama on Tuesday on my show. We need a toll-free line. Well, guess what? For all of my Grand Bahama and Family Island listeners, you asked for it, and it's here. The Guardian toll-free call-in line. You can call us toll-free at 242-300-5720. That's 242-300-5720. Call us toll-free, 242-300-5720. All right, that's the new Guardian Talk Radio toll-free line. That's 242-300-5720. Yeah. And see, you know what you do since it's new numbers? In the 3-ball with the Island game today, 300. And the 4-ball, 5720. Bada bing, bada boom. Call ICU, we'll get to you in a second. But text, I don't know who you're texting because I don't have no guest in studio yet. But anyway, that must have been from Mr. Lang. Hey, welcome back, Naughty. Hope you had a good Easter. Hey, glad to be back. Hope you had a good Easter too, Texter. I got your trivia coming up in a second. Who is this? I know I stunned you on last week about sports stats, but today let's celebrate the performance. Yeah, we'll get to that in the 5 o'clock hour. No problem. But you obviously must have bumped your head. You stunned me. Never, ever, ever. Never. Anyway, I digress. So now you can rock that toll-free phone line as well, 242-300-5720 from the Grand Bahama and the Family Islands. Mr. Producer, I need you to line my good friend Ancient Man up. Birthday for me, a birthday song from Ancient Man, because you know if you're celebrating 11 years, I need to go to that at the break, man. I believe y'all might have had cake and cocktails early and y'all ain't called me. Y'all had my share. I know how y'all is called, you know. Anyway, don't let me talk your business. But anyhow, let's get up into your trivia. All right, let's check that phone line as well. I call it been blowing up the phone lines. Here's your trivia for today. Recent survey of 50 Bahamian couples, 25 married, 25 not married, but couples for a while. Recent survey revealed of those 50 couples, that would be 100 people surveyed, that 40% still do this separately. What is it? That's your mind-bending brain teaser. You got between now and the top of the news in the 5 o'clock hour to get your answers in. What do these couples do separately? Even after all these years, they still do this separately. What is it that they do separately? That's your brain teaser. While you work on that, let me check the phone lines and we'll get to the headliners who was making headlines in the 242. Was blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views in Madison since 1844. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. But let's check the phone lines out first. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good afternoon, little bud. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Double J?
Man, it's nice, man. It's nice, man. I'm right here by the headquarters. The guys asked me, "Jay, did Naughty come on the park Saturday? Cause we're so old now, so the internet's still in there." My boy to water and sewage dig up East Street by SB, and the ambulance and the dumbling pass every day, and the roads are horrible. Right by Sun Corner and Fowler Street by the Church of God on Lily and Wally Corner. Naughty. No, see, big at the fix this country, man.
No internet still by the park.
No, sir. Come up Saturday and Sunday and check for yourself. Now, my thing is, right, I want nobody to get fired, but I'm going to write Warren McCartney a nice letter. He working with Oika now.
Right.
They got to get respect. Who are doing the job? We got to start firing some people, man.
Get it to him in his new capacity, which we wish him all the best in, and let him do what he needs to do.
Exactly. He had all this hard mode on this talk show. He working with me now. My talk base money paying, so he can't tell me I can't call in the show now. I'll write him. If he can't do that, good, he boss. I'm trying to take my call.
All right, JJ, no problem all the time, but I hope they get that sorted out for you guys too, man. Ah, boy. the more things change, the more they stay the same. I mean, obviously, if you're going to promise free internet to that park, then provide it. Let's get to this call right here. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Nutty's Pumpkin.
Hey, what's going on, Pumpkin? Hope you had a good Easter holiday. What you got for me today, man?
Oh, man, Nutty by nature. Happy holiday. Thank God for even fish.
Yes, man.
And that, like I said, those pretty big who baked that nice hot cross bun. Pumpkin Dealer love it. They did a good job.
You had yours.
That's sponsored by the Pumpkin Dealer now.
Yeah, man, that's all good, man.
Yeah, but listen, I want to congratulate my two Carifta team.
Yeah, man. Go right ahead.
And the swimming team, they make me proud. And also the track and field. Not in sports, Nutty.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about that in depth in the 5 o'clock. But, yeah, I can say it was very, very proud to be a Bahamian, man. Those young Carifta athletes did their best. They put their best performances out there. And they held their own. I think the future is very bright for us in the track and field category.
Nutty, the future is in 2024 in the Olympics. You're going to see a Shanique Miller. Shani Miller, sorry. And Stephen Gardner type. You following me?
I following you.
Watch that in France. That's where the next Olympic going to be. That's where you're going to see some of those being in quarterfinal. Some of them, I think one of them already qualified for the Olympic, you know. They have Olympic qualification. Because I think one or two of them go to university in the state.
Right, and some are going, in September. They start.
Get because I remember I break it on your show. Get their name, Nutty.
I know
next
you.
Next year you'll be talking about them.
I know you, Pumpkin Eater. Listen out in the 5 o'clock. I'm sure we can call that name or two.
Right. But hey, I had a good time and a good time you back listening to your show. I miss you, man, because the holiday was so long, man.
Yeah, man, the holiday was long, man. I miss you guys, too. There was lots to talk about, man. Lots of things breaking, man.
Yeah, but I enjoy a lot of things breaking. Oh, yeah, we can break it, too. You got an update on that court?
On what? You broke up. I didn't hear you.
You got the update on what's happening in the court with the politicians?
Boy, look here.
I'm afraid to talk about it. You know, it's a country of freedom of expression.
Man, listen, well, you know, I'm surprised a lot more people are talking about it, not talking about it.
But you think they're going to jail?
Well, you know where we live, and you know how this thing go, man.
I've never seen a politician go to jail. I always was suspicious about that one, you know.
Listen, Pumpkin.
That's it. I'm suspicious about.
You know what G.I. Joe say, knowing is half the battle. You already know, my brother. You already know what time it is. You got to keep a very close eye on all these things.
It's time for honey. I don't want to go to jail in Long Island. Have a good day.
Yes, Pumpkin. Be safe, man. Have a good one.
All right.
And you know we don't like to talk about them all the time because they are sub judice, they are before the courts. But very interesting to look how certain things play out. You know, that old saying, good for me but not for thee kind of applies in certain situations when politicians are involved. It's a different standard for them. Where you and I will languish, they will always find, you know, one way or another to extricate themselves, for the most part, from the situation. No matter how many times they got a parade in front of the court, but in the end, it all works out in their favor, not ours, and we foot the bill. So we really got to keep an eye on it. While you work on that trivia question, let's check out what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views in Madison since 1844. Bahamas finishes second to Jamaica in Carifta. Bahamians set 2 Carifta records. Story by Sheldon Longley, our Guardian sports editor. Read up on everything in the Guardian. Full coverage. The Bahamas makes history at Carifta swimming. You can say we own that. That's beatings. Real talk. Pinder says detention center reform saving taxpayer millions. How so, Mr. AG? Attorney General Ryan Pinder said on Thursday the government introduced reform mechanisms at the Carmichael Road Detention Center to ensure that the law is followed and deal with undue delay in the deportation of detainees. The Attorney General was responding to a recent Privy Council ruling that said the government should move expeditiously when deciding whether to deport people accused of violating the Immigration Act. within 1 to 2 days. Otherwise, the lawful basis for that is now, comes under question. If you can save us money in the long run, well then good job, Mr. AG. But let's see it save us money in the long run. 3 murdered in less than 24 hours. Police are searching for the suspects responsible for 3 separate murders that happened in less than 24 hours. The first murder happened shortly after 10 p.m. on Sunday in the area of Dunmore Street off Blue Hill Road. The victim, 31, was involved in an argument with his neighbor when a fight broke out. Police said the neighbor pulled the gun and shot the victim. Let me get to where it continues. Because, 3 murders over the holiday weekend. Come on, man. All we have to celebrate, and this we end up talking about still. The killer fled the area. Police found the victim lying in the front of the home. The second murder happened at 3 a.m. on Monday on Eleuthera. Police responded to a traffic accident in the area known as White Town in Hatchet Bay. When the officers arrived at the scene, they found a man inside a car suffering from a gunshot wound. He died at the scene. The third murder happened around 1 p.m. later that day on New Providence. Police said the victim was returning from a fishing trip along with another man at the railroad business on West Bay Street when they were approached by a gunman who shot the victim multiple times. The killer, described as a Rasta-type man, ran to a dark-colored SUV and fled the area, police said. The victim died at the scene. Police are appealing to anyone with any information on these latest killings to contact them. We have a crime problem. We have a murder problem. I hate to say it, but it needs to be said. You can't sugarcoat it. You don't have 3 in a weekend if it's not a problem, if it's not a crisis. Now, let me check some of these texts. See how way off y'all are. Wow. Like I got to plug in all the phones today, man. This one hard on E. All right. Let me see if I got a winner here yet. Nope. But you already shower in bed separately, eh? Wow. Sleep in separate beds. Travel separately? No, sir. No. Let me see if we get some more answers. All right? No, y'all way off today. Some of y'all way off. Y'all not even close. Excuse me. Listen, I didn't just figure out we had a murder problem. I was being sarcastic. Okay? Because some of us say we don't. So, yeah. Forgive my sarcasm. All right, let's get into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. That was, of course, the headliner who was making headlines in the 242. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. And don't forget, John's got new arrivals every Monday, every Tuesday. So be sure to check them out, both locations, Levy's, John's, Plaza Carmichael, and the flagship store over there on Rosetta today. All right? And John serving you is a pleasure. So chime on in. The lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Family Islands, Grand Bahama and the Family Islands, toll-free, 242-300-5720. 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Listen, text, don't worry about that. I had a long, hang road queue before I come to the show today. It was a good tobacco. Don't worry about me. Now, if that other thing you text, if that was in the seed, anybody trust me, we'd have been rich a long time. Stop it, text. Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me. Stop trying to enable. Don't do it. But what y'all buzzing on today? What y'all buzzing on? What's in y'all craw? I got to give props to Carifta. At first, it started out like the cupboard was bare. I'm like, oh, Jesus, nobody looked like they want to show up to this thing. And then eventually, we ended on a strong note, how it should have been. Well supported. And that's what we need. Got to support all these athletes we got. We're a pipeline. We got to stop living in denial and accept and embrace who we are. We put out athletes. That's what we do. That's what we do. Okay? So, we'll see. But what y'all buzzing on, you know? Was it that? Was it the 3 murders? Obviously, I don't like to talk about that, but obviously we have a situation. And it's not getting any better. Not getting any better at all. So we'll see where it goes. I got a winner, by the way. I texted in the correct answer. After all these years, the couple surveyed, they still do laundry separately. They still do laundry separately. It's laundry. All right? Yeah, but they don't be on a laundry run. No, sir. You know, women don't like to wash their drawers like that, and fellas don't either. Especially, you know, some of y'all fellas, I mean, come on. Y'all get the mind of a bad name. All right? Yeah, y'all do, because y'all just be leaving all types of skid mark and thing in your drawers and thing. I done heard stories, you know. I done heard stories. All right. So what's your take? I mean, you got stories swirling in some media outlets about police reports being made about sitting MPs and so on and so forth, with allegations swirling. Just, you listen and you to the chat groups. A lot of disgruntled politicos out there. A lot of mudslinging and name calling, and contracts seem to be the word of the day, boy. Those who have are happy, and those who aren't, and now corruption matters. Now cronyism matters. I guess when you don't get one, it does matter. But when you do, you're looking at the next day. Can't figure out what's going on. You're too busy keeping an eye on your contract. Who had the best hot cross buns? Me. Homemade. My late mom's great recipe. You know, anybody who know my late mom, you know, she could cook with the best of them. She could throw down with the best of them, par excellence. And I don't divulge the recipe. My beautiful wife, MJ, whipped that up, and they were all good. They were off the chain. I spoiled with certain things, you know. But tell me, if you got like the ones that were out there on the market, who did you get yours from, and who would you say were the best? Your text is crazy. Exactly, that's why they need skid marks, texter. Anyway, let's get to the first break there, Mr. Producer. I just catch myself as to what time it is. We'll be back on the flip side of the break. We got, the global warming receding of the planet in 60 seconds or less, brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. We'll get into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break, and I'll hit you up with Cuban Willie's numerology report. I'll brought to you, of course, by the Iron Game. That's all on the flip side of the break as the Tuesday, April 11th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this. And as we celebrate 11 years of bringing you, fresh news, smart talk all day right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
We done sing a happy birthday and you done made a birthday wish while my mind asking a question. Lord, I wonder who it will be. You give your first piece of birthday cake too. Oh Lord,
Hazelnut meets mocha with the new Dunkin' Hazelnut Mocha Signature Latte. Savor the delicious coffee combination of smooth, rich espresso with silky chocolate and toasted hazelnut flavors. All topped with whipped cream, decadent mocha drizzle, and hot chocolate powder. Available hot or iced, the Dunkin' Mocha Latte is the perfect pick-me-up at any time of day. So why wait? Head to your favorite Dunkin' and enjoy the Dunkin' Hazelnut Mocha taste sensation today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family, Didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Tired of paying too many bills and loan payments each month?
Shrink your monthly debt payments down to one easy payment with our debt consolidation loan.
It also has a built-in savings that pays you 5% interest.
Inquire about our debt consolidation loans today.
Call 356-7764.
People, what you thinking? We want something different. People, what you wanting? We want local government. I can tell them no more slunking. We want see it function. I can tell them no more joke. I forgot. Going down Blue Hill Road, going down Village Road, going down Nassau Road. We want local government. We want local government. Pick the road. We want local government. Share the love. We want local government. We got call for local government. Sign the petition and find out more information at risebahamas.net.
Original or hot and spicy?
Feeling original? Think twice. Here's some precise advice. Always add the spice.
Hey, that's great. Take your time, brother. I don't want you to run too far out with your spicy self.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, mouth hard, but you still ain't got the right flavor.
Listen, just like the Colonel, I'm an original. You? There's a spicy come lately.
You think so? Original. You could never.
There's no winning flavor. They're all finger-licking good. Only at KFC Nassau.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Oh, did I eat up all the food? Did I drink down all the rum sweet? We can scrape it dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made a birthday wish. While my mind asking a question, Lord, I wonder who it will be. You give your voice piece of birthday cake too. Oh Lord, my God, I pray that it's me. Oh, did I need all the food and did I drink on the rum sweet? We can scream me dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blowed your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. You know I was like your buddy, closer, greater than your best friend. I've been with you through the hurricane. Damn it, I'll be here when your party ends. Oh, did I need all the food and did I drink on the rum sweet? We can scream it dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blowed your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. Each day I took your bike home from school, climbed the highest tree just to pick mine go for you. Gave you my jacket when you said you was cool. Even took the blame for you one time I got schooled. Oh, did I need all the food and did I drink on the rum sweet? We can scream the dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. You know you promised to love me eternally till the end of time. You said that I would always be your darling, and I said that you would always be mine. Oh, did and eat all the food and eat and drink down the rum sweet. We can scrape dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gift. We done sing a happy birthday and you done make your birthday wish. I would take my life this minute. Lord.
We're back on the Tuesday, April 11th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. on this Tuesday edition. And, you know, we're celebrating 11 years. Don't forget, coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking to Eddie Carter. Yeah, my crew from the Island Game. We're going to be chopping it up. They got big things popping. Of course, you know, they got the best sports book in all the land. And, of course, you know, now you got baseball back. You got the NBA playoffs coming up. You got hockey going on. And then before you know it, voila! Football is back. College and NFL. So, yeah, we'll be talking, chopping it up. Always fun to have Eddie in studio. And, Mr. Producer, is Mr. Longley across the bay? Touch him, and we need a little Carifta recap at the top of the 5 o'clock, please. Just remind him. I know he's busy. But, yeah. Let me get you your global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. Like I said, all brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And congratulations to our winner over the weekend. All right? And, of course, we'll make that presentation tomorrow. You got your big KFC pillow. Original recipe style. Colonel's Choice sandwich pillow. It's huge. Absolutely awesome. All right? And I got a whole KFC gift bag for you as well. T-shirt, hats, gift cards. I got you hooked up, man. All G-O-O-D good. Don't forget, use your dining rewards at KFC. That always works out as well. But the battle rage is on. Original or spicy. Vote KFCNassau.com. That's votekfcnassau.com. Vote.kfcnassau.com. Vote.kfcnassau.com. You know you're voting original. All right, that's what you're rocking the vote for. All right? And let KFC do the cooking for you today, because you know it's Tuesday. Crazy Tuesday. All right? You got 10 pieces of chicken. You got 5 pieces of chicken for $10. You can't beat that with a stick. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. All right? All right. All right. So, we got a good week lined up for you, too. Gas-wise as well. It's going to be solid. But, yeah. Let's check out what's heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau on this Crazy Tuesday. We'll get them 5 pieces. Make it original, too. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Here we go. Got some interesting tidbits as well. After nearly 7 years together, I'm hearing that Taylor Swift is split up with Joe Alwyn. Al Jaffe, the legendary cartoonist best known for being the longest-running contributor to Mad Magazine, has died. He was 102. His final words were, "What? Me worry?" I know, that was bad. I'm wrong for that. Some of you chuckled. A character actor who made all kinds of appearances in TV and movies, Michael Lerner, died over the weekend. He was 81. Hilary Swank became a mom over the weekend for the first time at the age of 48, and she did it big with twins, 1 boy, 1 girl. John Reagan, who played bass with some of the best, the Rolling Stones, Peter Frampton, Billy Idol, David Bowie, and others, died suddenly last Friday at the age of 71. It's a bad week for guitar players as well. Lasse Wellander, who was the guitar for the Swedish supergroup ABBA, has died. He was only 70. Plus Ian Berenson, guitarist for the Alan Parsons Project, and Kate Bush has died at the age of 69. Yep. Drummers are breathing a sigh of relief this week. The Resident has been canceled after 6 seasons on Fox. Valerie Bertinelli announced that season 14 of her cooking show, Valerie's Home Cooking on the Food Network, will be her last. And that's a wrap right there on your global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And let me slide into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break, because you know I runs on Dunkin'. And before I get into that, don't forget, it's vote.kfcnassau.com. And you are rocking the vote for original. That's how we do it, all right? But let me let you know how Dunkin' does it. And Dunkin' doing it big time. Don't forget that. And it's all for a good cause, all right? And Dunkin' is hooking it up. Autism Awareness Month. And Duncan's happy to partner with the Seahorse Institute to help raise awareness and funds to support autism, and you can help too. Do some good with Duncan this month by making a small donation at your favorite Duncan location and treating yourself to a blue donut, all in support of Autism Month. All month long at your favorite Duncan location. Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Burnett Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, Carmichael, the newest location, and at the airport, pre-clearance and post-clearance. So no reason for you not to be running on Duncan. All righty, tighty. It's 4:53. I tell you what the 3-ball is today. As we get into the 3-ball. I'm sure Cuban William make an appearance the rest of the week. But this too easy today. 3-ball, 300. 4-ball, 5720. Because obviously that's the new toll-free number right here at the Guardian for Grand Bahama and the Family Islands. 242-300-5720. So go to the Island Game, theislandgame.com. 3-ball is 300. 4-ball is 5720. Box it, set it, forget it. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly. So, do that. And then don't forget, coming up in the 5 o'clock, I'm going to be chopping it up with my good friend Eddie Carter from the Island Game. And it's all about the sports book. I'm going to tell you how to win and have fun in the process doing it. All right? As you do your favorite thing, watch sports, but also keep an eye on the game with a different perspective now. Because you could be a winner chicken dinner if you know how to parlay it right. All right? We'll tell you all that goodness coming up on the flip side of the break. As a matter of fact, we'll take the break now. Let Ancient bust off a little bit, and then we'll slide to the commercials, and then we'll go to the news. And good job, my texters in the first hour. You all did good. You all done good. And the answer was, do that laundry. They still do that laundry separately. Some of you all still texting in, yeah, we got a winner. And I totally get it. Some of you have been tired of seeing skid marks. I get it.
Drink down all the rum sweet. We can scrape it dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made a birthday wish. While my mind asking a question, Lord, I wonder who it will be. You give your first piece of birthday cake too. Oh Lord, my God, I pray that it's me. Oh, they done eat all the food and they done drink on the rum sweet. We can scream me dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. You know I was like your buddy, closer, greater than your best friend. I've been with you through the hurricane. Damn it, I'll be here when your party ends. Oh, they done eat all the food and they done drink on the rum sweet. We can scream it dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing your happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. Each day I told you by home from school, climb the highest tree just to pick mine, go for you. Gave you my jacket when you said you was cool. Even took the blame for you one time I got schooled. Oh, they done eat all the food and they done drink on the rum sweet. We can scream the dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done make a birthday wish. You know you promised to love me eternally till the end of time. You said that I would always be your darling, and I said that you would always be mine.
The ultimate sandwich experience starts with a bite of the KFC Barbecue Glazed Zinger and a flavor explosion of crispy, juicy, 100% premium white meat spicy filet, KFC barbecue sauce, lettuce, cheese, and smoky bacon on a toasted brioche bun. The perfect balance of heat and sweet. You won't be able to resist the KFC Barbecue Glazed Zinger, made by the fried chicken sandwich experts, The KFC Barbecue Glazed Zinger is available for a limited time. Try one today. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together, and we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Hazelnut meets mocha with the new Dunkin' Hazelnut Mocha Signature Latte. Savor the delicious coffee combination of smooth, rich espresso with silky chocolate and toasted hazelnut flavors. All topped with whipped cream, decadent mocha drizzle, and hot chocolate powder. Available hot or iced, the Dunkin' Mocha Latte is the perfect pick-me-up at any time of day. So why wait? Head to your favorite Dunkin' and enjoy the Dunkin' Hazelnut Mocha taste sensation today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
It's going down. Say what? What you mean it's my birthday again already? You mean to tell me there's a whole year that's passed? But I'll be. Listen. First thing what I can do, get on my knees and thanking you, Lord. God, you brought me through a rocky, rocky road. Last year I was so scared, crashed my car and almost dead. I even break my leg, but I am still here to see that my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. How old am I now? My birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. So I can party all night. Record strip, this Bahamian record strip. My birthday record strip. Yeah, man, record strip. Man, this Bahamian record strip. My birthday record strip. Record. I just missed a call. It was
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Monty Johnny's, Hershey's Island Games, Rise Bahamas, Scotiabank, and Tropical Gyros.
How old am I now? My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. Now I can party all night. Record scrape, man, this Bahamian record scrape. Record scrape. It's time to get on back to this sweet, sweet record scrape. Man, this the birthday record scrape. Bahamian record scrape. Yeah, man, yeah, man. You done spare me another year, oh Lord. Will you done spare me another year, oh Lord? Will you done spare me another year, oh, I'm so glad I'm here, so spare me another year, oh Lord. So I said, children, children, yes mama, where have you been to, grandmama? How did she keep you safe and sound? And what did she teach you how to get down? Well, I said, children, children, yes mama, where have you been to, grandmama? How did she keep you safe and sound? Now this how she teach you how to get down. Check your hip from side to side. Move your hip from left to right. Now jump up, wind your waist. Do the rake and scrape. Now stop, think, make a wish. Blow out the candles, grab a gift. It's time to celebrate. Do you know that it's my birthday? Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. How old am I now? My birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. So I can party all night. Everywhere. So where's the party? Over here. If you love to party. Over there. How old are you now? Let's party everywhere. If you love to party. Over here. Then put your glasses in the air. And let's just do this all night. Woo! Break and strip. Sweet Bahamian. Break and strip. Oh yeah. This is my birthday song. Break and strip. Sing this Bahamian. Break and strip. This sweet Bahamian. Break and strip. Oh God. It's my birthday. Yeah. Break and strip. Say this Bahamian. Break and strip. This sweet Bahamian. Ooh, the break and strip so sweet. Happy birthday to me. Break and strip. Oh God. Break and strip. So let's just party all night.
It's going down. Say what? What you mean it's my birthday again already? You mean to tell me there's a whole year that's passed? Well, I'll be. Listen.
First thing what I can do, get on my knees and thanking you, Lord. God, you brought me through a rocky, rocky road. Last year I was so scared, crashed my car and almost dead. I even break my leg, but I am still here to see that my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. How old am I now? My birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. So I can party all night. Break and strip. This Bahamian. Break and strip. My birthday. Break and strip. Yeah, man. Come here. Break and strip. Man, this Bahamian. Break and strip. My birthday. Break and strip. Break God. I just missed a call. It was Island Lock. My ace and ball. I catch you straight from ball, so you know it's going down. I can go love myself, man. I don't care what no one else. Boy, take them bottles off the shelf. Do you know that it's my birthday? Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. How old am I now? My birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again, my birthday. Come again. Now I can party all night. Break and scrape, man. This Bahamian break and scrape. Break and scrape. It's time to get on back to this sweet, sweet break and scrape. Man, this the birthday break and scrape. Bahamian break and scrape. Yeah, man, yeah, man. You done spare me another year, oh Lord. Will you done spare me another year, oh Lord. Will you done spare me another year, oh, I'm so glad I'm here, oh, spare me another year, oh Lord. So I said, children, yes, mama, where have you been to, grandmama? How did she keep you safe and sound? Man, what did she teach you?
We're back at you right here on the Tuesday, April 11th edition of Talking Heads. 5:12 p.m. is the time. Normally we do Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's, and we'll still do a little something with a little twist, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Don't forget Happy Hour Wednesday, every Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., all right, at Naughty Johnny's. Be sure to check them out. Give them a call, 377-7776. See what they got chefed up for you going on for the week on their lunch specials and on their happy hour specials as well, all right? And see what they got going on. They always got something popping down there at Naughty Johnny's. Always worth the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza. Now, instead of on this day in sports history, we got a recap of Carifta history over the weekend. And none other than the sports editor here from the Nassau Guardian, got Sheldon Longley with me, my good friend. But Sheldon, it made you look good. You made some bold predictions, and some of them came true.
He's right on point, right?
I
said between 5 and 10 gold medals, and we got 9.
There you go.
So I was right on point, and I was the most ever since 2012. So
there ain't no shame in the game.
I feel ecstatic with the performances, man. I think they all did a tremendous job, all 80 members. all of the finalists, all of the medalists, all of the gold medalists.
A lot of personal best too.
A lot of personal bests. That's what I was most pleased about. Almost every event, particularly in the sprints, was personal best times. Even in the rain.
The cupboards are full, man. I mean, coach has got a lot of ingredients to choose from for the next couple of
Man,
years.
it's full. It's full. And especially like what I see in the under 17 division, because that means all those athletes are going to have more time on their hands. So them coming up to the under 20 next year and continuing to excel, the future is bright for track and field in this country, man. I love it.
And one of those gold medals you talk about, taking none of the weight from the 9 to be 1.
Yes.
But I
know just where you're going.
I always got to be proud of my mischief and the mayhem and the AM babies. So big up to Carlos Brown, man. Good job with the gold. Now, don't you know what Uncle Naughty can tell you too, though. Don't let that Jamaican fella run you down no more, please. Thank you very much.
But Carlos is still young. I think he still has a year or two left in the under 20 division.
Yeah,
so he's going to be a force to reckon. But those Jamaican guys, they're getting off the scene. So
I think he's going to be very dominant. But the other young man who got bronze as well.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam. But Adam don't look like he could run a leg, boy. But he's flying. That's greasy lightning right there, boy.
And Adam is my boy. He's a giant, man. And,
rolling.
I got to give respect to all my St. John's Giants on the team.
Yeah, but he was rolling.
He used to be a middle distance runner. He used to run 800. And to come down to the 102,
you got it.
That probably gave him the strength for the 1 and the 2.
But I'm telling you, man, you look at him, he's poof, gone. What?
Yeah, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. He goes, he knows what he wants to do, and he gets it done.
I think him and Carlos for the next couple of years might be the top 2 names in that division.
Yes, indeed. Well, this is Adam last year at Crifter. He's aging out.
But that's good. That's half of a 4x400 ready to go right there.
Yes,
buddy.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
And you're halfway there.
I like the future, man. And we get some athletes
and on the girl side too.
Can't forget them. Can't forget them. Don't forget the little 13-year-old too who qualified for Crifter.
And I will let you
know. Was even on the team.
Shawnee Miller-Rebo has spawned a whole new generation. If you're tall and lanky in the 242, forget volleyball, forget basketball. We running track.
That's what we're looking for. We're trying to track in the track and field. I'm a part of track and field now, so that's what we're trying to bring into the sport. And Jamia and the little girl from Freeport, the 13-year-old. Them two right there, they're going to be the future of female spin in the country. I have no doubt about that.
They were all very confident when they hit the track. That's what I like too. They were not put off by the moment. They weren't overwhelmed by the moment, and they were ready to roll.
Man, Jamia slipped twice. She admitted that she slipped twice in the final of the under 70 girls 100 meters and still won gold in a personal best time. So when she put her full race package together and she learns how to get her to block more quickly, man, watch out for her. She's going to be a beast.
So when's the next big track and field event on the horizon for us now?
This summer we have the Pan Am Junior Championships. We're trying to get a good team to go after that. We also have the NACAC Age Group Championships this summer.
So we'll be traveling for those?
Yes, we're traveling for those, if I remember correctly.
And none of them are in Jamaica, right?
No.
Boy, but my yardie friends are with me, boy.
No, none of them in Jamaica.
My father tells me today, cheaper, you check me Friday.
Even
right now, I'm not ready
historically, we have performed better in Jamaica over the years.
No, I know, boy, but I see some, on social media, I see some people in their feelings.
Yeah, they're in their feelings. They watch it now. It's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to the summer because this past weekend showed me that we have a lot in the tank, and this is just the beginning of things to come.
Awesome, man. You guys did a great job covering it.
Thanks, man.
And glad to see 242 came out. And y'all had me scared. My Bahamian people y'all had me scared the first couple of days. I go, oh, Jesus. It's got a Bahama Bowl look to it. And then before you know it, it was packed just right. Hats off to everybody who made the call on that. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mr. Mario Boleg did a great job spearheading that, getting it done and making sure you got, butts in the seats at the end of the day. And that's what we needed. And I think that had a lot to do with those final results too. Nothing like running through on your home track in your home stadium, but your home crowd there.
Yeah, no, I can tell you right now, that's the most packed I've seen the stadium since the World Release. I think we were almost able to fill it to capacity. And you have to give credit to the minister for that announcement and stating that the Eastern Grandstand would be free of charge on the final 2 days of Crifter. That really helped a lot.
It did, and you could feel the momentum, and it's nothing like driving by and pulling up and hearing the. It's good stuff.
Makes you want to come inside.
There you go. So we get to the first break now, Mr. Producer. Flip side of the break, we'll be talking to Eddie Carter, my good friend from the Island Game. We'll be talking, the sports book. But Sheldon, I appreciate you stopping by. I know you're busy. I know you're doing your recap.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Great job and way to go, Team Bahamas. Very proud of you.
Anytime, man. I just want to congratulate the whole team, congratulate the parents, the coaches, the administrators. Everybody did a fantastic job. The most comprehensive weekend of track and field ever in this country.
Couple
And
of
my-
the Texas. Yeah, Texas. I don't know if you got a fetish for poll voting or whatever, but it's big up to the poll
Oh,
voters.
big up to Brendan. Big up to Brendan. Broke the national record and the Carifta record. Can't forget
But
about that.
didn't we have 2 medalists in that? Though?
2 medalists. We had the bronze medalists as well.
The bronze medalists look like T.I. and Tiny Kid off that TV show.
Yeah.
But he did a good
Tied up.
job. Yeah, he did a good job getting over there as well, too.
Yeah,
so.
and he vowed to be back next year because I think Brendan is moving off the scene. This
But
Brendan,
hold
last
on, in the
Carifta.
future, though, that's 2 poll
That's 2
voters
right
we
there.
have that could go
That's 2 right
international.
there. That's 2 right. And it ain't easy to break that Carifta record.
And a lot of people don't know you can make a good living on that international track and field on that Diamond League circuit, Paul.
Yes,
Walton,
indeed.
you know.
Yes, indeed. That was such a fantastic performance. I actually thought him or Jamia should have gotten the Austin City Award.
Right. And who ended up with Austin City?
They gave it to
Award?
the Jamaican hurdler, Wilshawn Clark, I think it is. Yeah, Wilshawn Clark. He had a fantastic time under 50 seconds. You know, that's only been done twice in Carifta history.
Right.
You know, so they based it more on his level of performance rather than how much medals he's about to accumulate. Because Shamir got 3 medals. Shamir got 4 medals actually. No, so 3 medals. 2 in the one in the 200 double gold, and then she won a silver in the relay, and then she also finished 5th in the long jump.
So we have some things to cry about too then for the whole of my Yadi Massive who reside in.
She should have
cry
got
too
that.
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they took our Austin City Award from us.
All right, there you go. But I'm glad, and we'd be remiss if we don't talk about it. But on the flip side, safe to say we are a dynasty in the pool. Aquatically, we're a dynasty.
We're there. You know, some people say we're the Jamaica of swimming, but I like to say we're the Bahamas of swimming, man.
Yeah, we own that.
We own that. Not only have we won 5 straight, but we won 7 out of the last 8.
So that's be things.
That's our things.
I don't even think about that.
Yeah, and I saw a little post on Facebook where they combined the medals from swimming and track and field, and we tore off Jamaica in that.
Yeah. You kill them. I'm beat them to pieces.
So we won Carifta if you look at it from that respect.
If you want to look at it, yeah, But good stuff, and I'm just glad to know the future is bright.
It is bright.
That's what I'm talking about.
Track is back.
All right, so we'll get to the break, and let's get to the break quick, man, because this meme better not be true, man. This can't be. Y'all got to be teasing me about Jack Daniels. Don't tell me that's true.
What's happening, JD?
Man, I see a picture and it looked like looked like they go on the route of a certain bear. No, don't tell me that. No.
Don't mess with the JD.
Get to the break, man. I feel weak. I feel like somebody punched me in the ding ding. Let's go to the break, man.
You done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Original or hot and spicy?
Feeling original? Think twice. Here's some precise advice. Always add the spice.
Hey, that's great. Take your time, brother. I don't want you to run too far out with your spicy self.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, mouth hard, but you still ain't got the right flavor.
Listen, just like the Colonel, I'm an original. You? There's a spicy come lately.
You think so? Original. You could never.
There's no winning flavor. They're all finger-licking good. Only at KFC Nassau.
Refined style with elegant taste. Divine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Jet off to the basketball playoffs with your Scotiabank credit card. You could be courtside in the middle of the action with an all-expenses-paid trip, plus airfare, spending money, and accommodations to the next basketball playoffs. Just apply for any Scotia credit card, spend $120 or more on a purchase, or use our Scotia Select Pay installment plan to win a slam dunk trip to the next basketball playoffs, courtesy of your Scotia credit card. Visit bs.scotiabank.com for more information.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Oh, did I eat up all the food? Did I drink down all the rum sweet? We can scrape it dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made a birthday wish. While my mind asking a question, Lord, I wonder who it will be. You give your first piece of birthday cake too. Oh Lord, my God, I pray that it's me. Oh, they done eat all the food and they done drink on the rum sweet. We can scream me dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. You know I was like your buddy, closer, greater than your best friend. I've been with you through the hurricane. Damn it, I'll be here when your party ends. Oh, they done eat all the food and they done drink on the rum sweet. We can scream it dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. Each day I told you by home from school, climb the highest tree just to pick mango for you. Gave you my jacket when you said you was cool. Even took the blame for you one time I got schooled. Oh, they done eat all the food and they done drink on the rum sweet. We can scream the dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish. You know you promised to love me eternally till the
Talking Heads, the Tuesday, April 11th edition continues right now at 5:25 p.m. is the time. Don't forget, we got Rich Eisen taking us home with the final 10 today. All about the NBA playoffs and the first round action. Don't forget, after the second break, we'll be talking with Pearlie. Pearlie will be joining us in short order. But speaking of NBA, got my good friend from the Island Game, Mr. Eddie Carter.
Yeah, not because I was a former NBA player or nothing.
No, but
speaking of,
we've watched a lot of sports.
If only that made you a pro.
There's connoisseurs, aficionados.
Boy, I would be an expert.
Boy, I tell you.
I'd be a Hall of Famer if that was the case.
But the good thing about, post March Madness, and all of us took it hard this year with March Madness.
The whole world took it hard this year.
I Misery Love Company, because I don't feel about it. It wasn't just me.
No.
Everybody.
We all get beat like conch on that one.
And if anybody here talking about, no, you did it.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
We did have some winners, though, at the Island Game in our sports books. We got to send out some congrats to Karan I. He won $1,000 on the Perfect Bracket Challenge. Remember the Perfect Bracket. If you got a perfect bracket, you get $150,000.
Right.
But other than that, whoever picked the most correct games. You know what? I'm trying to remember the number. I think it was only like 24 or 26. That was relatively low number, right, for total games played to get right to win that pool.
Right.
But congratulations to him. And, of course, we also did a Sweet 16 pool, if you remember Naughty.
Which was kind of risky because, boy, they continued in the round of 16.
They did.
And they Elite Eight as well.
Hood and Jay won $500 in Sweet 16. So that's what we do at Island Game, especially on the sports book. We make us sports fans have a little bit more fun. It's a fun way to watch the game. And, of course, I heard you mention it earlier, Naughty. Always play responsibly. Only bet what you could afford to lose. That's the bottom line. Island Game been around long time. The Bunnings Van Persie, long time, and it was never about you taking that last dollar to me.
No,
it's not what anybody wants. So,
and that's why I always employ it, because it's a fun way to play.
Correct.
And you know what I like with parlays?
Mm-hmm.
You can budget yourself. If I say, okay, let me put my little 25 in my account.
Right.
I can look at a little 16.
25? Come on, that big checks you making these days. You're so cheap.
Yeah. That's how you go on that check. No, but you budget, you say, okay, I like this little 5-team parlay right here. Let me bet 5 on this. And you get some good odds. Correct. You're like 15 to 1 or you get 10 to 1.
Correct.
If you bet 5, now you just made 50 if you hit that. Now
you're talking.
Now you can play a little more. Now you're talking. Now you can say, let me play 20.
Because then you start playing with house money.
Bingo.
Right? You know, I was also thinking, listen to you talk to Sheldon, right? Again, congratulations from the Island game to our Carift athletes, all especially the swim team. You know,
yes,
you mentioned
man.
they are
rocking
and rolling, baby.
Time.
All right, beasting it up. You know, maybe next Carifter, maybe we should get some of that on the sports book, like total medal count,
all of that,
golds and all that type of stuff.
They do it for the Olympics.
Yeah,
they do it for the World
Wouldn't
Cup.
Wouldn't that be cool if we bring it on home?
Ballon d'Or and all of that. Yeah.
So what other sports should we get? Local sports on sports book. Not your dart league now.
No dart league.
I want the dark league, baby. I want the pool.
I'm too close to local youth baseball, so no youth baseball either. But yeah,
you don't want to be gambling on the T-ball game.
No sir.
But the NBA playoffs start. This play-in game. Do you like this stuff?
Listen, I will say it has allowed teams that in years past we've seen teams run right to the wire.
Yeah.
And because of either head-to-head matchup or conference matchup, they don't make it.
Yeah.
And he said,
I
wonder if Cinderella would have done if they made it. Well, she didn't make it, so you never know. She turned into a pumpkin.
All right.
But, you know, the participation trophy has rewarded mediocrity for years now in sports.
And it's gone terrible.
And now you have a play-in.
A play-in game. What is this? There's no do-over. Why is there do-over in Major League Sports?
And basically, if the Lakers...
Yeah, they're playing Minnesota tonight.
If they hold serve, they're going to turn around and play Memphis.
Right. Correct.
And then, obviously, the 8th seed, who might have, or whoever the other seed was, might have a chance because they got to play the 9th and 10th.
But Naughty, they play a 6-month schedule, right?
Exactly.
Regular season. Why all these teams?
Top 8.
Then you have a long season to determine. That's
Right.
enough time. Because I don't care if you add teams. I hear the argument that gets more cities involved. Yeah, so I guess ultimately, as we know
It's
in
the
life,
buck
it's money.
at the end of the day.
It's that money, right? But I mean, you could use the argument and say, okay, they're letting 16 teams now. My 17th team, he could have been my Cinderella story.
Half a game off.
Yeah, he could have been the Cinderella story. So, you know, realistically, the lines don't matter. Where you draw that battle line does not matter.
So if they all serve, though, I think, you know, you got a lot of good opportunities to make some good bets and good parlays with the NBA playoffs.
Yes, you can, starting tonight. And, of course, you could bet over-unders.
Yeah.
You could bet the winner of the game.
Mr. Producer, look out for Purdy. He should be zooming in.
And Naughty mentioned, of course, parlays. The other game tonight, too, is the Miami Heat. Well, are they still Miami? Yeah, they're still Miami, right? And the Hawks.
And Udonis Haslem the other night, man, you know. Jesus, who'd have thought he would have dumped in 24 on the way out the door.
Boy, and still playing.
Exactly.
Oh, amazing. I remember him in college, man.
You got the Lakers 43 and 39 against the Timberwolves 42 and 40, and you got the Heat 44 and 38 against the Hawks who are 41 and 41.
Well, I like the Heat. I like the Heat to move on against the Hawks.
I like the Heat to win, and I like the Lakers to win. And the Lakers.
Well, Minnesota's a mess. If they can't beat Minnesota, I'm sorry.
Houston, we have a problem.
Right. They should. If they don't beat Minnesota tonight, it's proof that there should be no play-in game.
Right.
Okay? And to me, that would settle that score. Tomorrow, you got the Raptors and the Bulls.
Right, which is a tough game. Where are they playing? If they play in Toronto, I like the Raptors. If they play in Chicago, I like the Bulls.
I believe they're playing in Chicago.
Well, see, that's the team.
Usually put the home team on the bottom, right?
Yeah, Taylor, two cities.
No, I don't think the home team is on the bottom on this. So the home team's on the top. So they're playing in Toronto.
All right, so if they play in Toronto, then...
Because the Lakers are at home tonight, right? Yes.
Right, yeah. The Bulls,
yeah. And the Heat are at home. Yeah, so that's it. So the Raptors are at home against the Bulls. Should be an interesting game. And the Pelicans...
Now, hold on a second. That Thunder team.
All right.
Now, you want to talk about how some good ways to bet, okay?
Right.
Well, if you look at that game, I would look and say, okay, let me see what the spread for the Thunder is.
Yeah, and why are you looking? Because a certain somebody ain't playing?
Some people injured.
When does he ever play? I remember him in Duke. He was injured. Carolina came into Duke, game of the year. The dude played 5 minutes.
He got
and was gone.
He got injured at a drive-through.
He's been injured ever since.
Yeah.
He slips on a blade of grass, this guy.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So,
would you renew his contract?
No. No,
you
wouldn't
can't,
do
right?
that.
Not for that big money like that, right?
Too many injuries, but I like the Thunder because they got a character over there, a young man by the name of Shai Glorious Alexander, and he's got a little bit of Mamba mentality to him. He will take it to the rack. He's not afraid, and you got Giddy, who's a great fundamental player. You know what I mean?
Thunder should. I mean, I think they'll
they
beat
might
the
make it
Pelicans,
interesting.
too.
If they beat the Pelicans, then here we go.
Right.
They're a team that could be a number 10 that could upset it, all the way to number 8, and they're playing.
Yeah.
They'll probably be one, they'll probably be out in the first round against a Denver or a
Utah.
No, Utah's already out.
Utah. Let's see, you got
Memphis, but Memphis, if the Lakers all serve, the Lakers and Memphis will play.
Lakers and Memphis.
That's another interesting series right there that I like.
Yeah, it is. So everyone's looking forward to the Suns and the Clippers. A lot of people thinking that's the hot series in that first round.
Westbrook says him and Kawhi going to pull the upset and bump those guys up.
George ain't playing, though, right?
No, but considering the history of Chris Paul and the bad mojo he has in the playoffs.
I think Durant can fix that mojo problem for him, okay?
We'll
he
see.
never had
but Kawhi,
Mr. Pure,
yeah,
okay? He never had. Put it over there and forget about it.
Kawhi going to play that D on KD.
Yeah, Kawhi play a D, but a little screen, he'll be good. KD don't need no space.
No,
okay,
he
you can have your hand in his face, and it's he got the height. He pure. I mean, Durant is just a pure, and I love what I admire most about him. It's just he's so businesslike. He just got that great supreme talent.
If he could
and
just shut up on social media, he'd be fine.
If everybody could just shut up
on social media, the world would be fine.
The world would be a much better place.
You ain't lying about that.
I can tell you. I also want to let everybody know, of course, always keep your accounts verified at the Island Game. We are the name you can trust. And remember, Percy's pension plan. And we mentioned Percy's name a little bit earlier.
Yeah, the pension plan.
Coming July and August. You're talking about 13 winners, $250,000. Basically, Naughty's salary for 1 year. It's going to be won by these 13 people, right?
Listen to this.
You don't want to get no loans out of it.
Just not listen.
No, baby. I was in radio 25 years. I know the pay. And of course, these pensions are going from as low as $100 is where it starts.
Right.
Remember now, we talk about this every week for a year.
So you could get
$1,000.
$100 a week for a year. You could get $250
all the way up to $1,000.
All the way up to $1,000.
Yeah, just like that.
And that's a big part. I mean, that and the 12 days of Cashmas. Oh.
Yeah, 12 days of cash.
It's very nice.
In the baseball season, of course, another sport that you could enjoy in the sports book. Open up. Who's your baseball team?
Well, I'm a Yankee, but when it comes to baseball, you have a bevy of games. You could do 3 teams, 4 teams, 5 teams.
Yeah.
You could do money line, and again, I don't want to get too far off it. Go to the website. Mm-hmm. It explains to you how to play. It gives you information on the games. But if you want to know what the money line is, the money line will always have a minus and a plus next to a team.
Correct.
If you see minus 110, that's the favorite. That means you got to bet 110 to win 100.
Correct.
But if you see plus 150, that's the underdog. And if you bet 100, you're going to win 150 for your $100 bet.
That's correct. And of course, that's why you look at some of those parlays.
And that's just
you link those parlays together, and that's what you're talking.
And you can do it with money lines where there's no pressure to pick a score or over and under or cover a score. You just got to pick the winner. And if you do decide to go over and under, well, if you go over, it's the total points with both teams for the game. Yeah. Either you think it's going to go over.
All right.
For example, Lakers and the Timberwolves tonight, the over might be 230.
Right.
Do you think both teams are going to combine to go over 230 points, or do you think you're going to go under 230 points?
My vote is under.
And those are great ways to bet because it's no pressure. You just watch them play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's nothing. Because listen, you got a 7-point cover, and you feeling good, and you up by 9.
Yeah.
And some idiot decides to teach up a 3 at the buzzer just to get in the scorebook.
Just so his wife watching him play, man. This little baby girl.
His team still lose, but they lose by 6 instead of 7. And guess what? You're not a loser because they didn't cover the 7.
I kicked myself all over my small little apartment I live in when I did not bet UConn to cover. Because in my head, I thought for sure they was going to cover that spread. And for some reason, I did not play it. And sure enough, cover.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you where to lie. I went with the upset with UM over UConn, just because I'm a huge UM fan, and we've got this far. My bracket was already
UM
gone.
had a nice run, man.
They had a great
on
run.
the women's side too.
Yep, they did.
UM coming around. You know what? That's the change to a basketball conference, eh? Picks up the game of everybody. Get better basketball recruits.
Now
take it more serious.
Here's something that I'm gonna piggyback and tie it all into.
They're better in basketball than football now. UM.
Yes, indeed. The girls' side, you had the whole, situation with Reese and
Yes.
Kid and all that. But
Yes.
you and I come from the old school. Trash talk is trash talk. You got to give and take.
Who caught feelings? Nobody caught feelings. The media caught feelings. Nobody on the basketball court caught feelings. Nobody cared.
That's how we play.
That's it. The media was just trying to make something absolutely. It was such a stupid conversation, quite frankly.
It's kind of rippled from the NCAA women's bracket with all of that. You can't see me to Saturday night at UFC 287, where Israel Adesanya took out Pereira.
Okay.
And is now the middleweight champion again. Now, let me tell you, cold-blooded trash talking. He not only said, he pulled a Michael Irvin. He told him before the fight, I would beat you, during the fight, and after the fight. But what's the funniest thing was, when Pereira beat him in Brazil, Adesanya's laid out on the canvas, knocked out. Pereira's kid looks at him and then falls down, knocked out, making fun of him.
Right.
So at the end of the fight, what does Adesanya do? He runs to the ring, he finds the kid, points at him, and drops
as well.
And I was like, lesson learned in trash
That's
talking,
it, baby.
kiddo.
Turn
You
around and
can't
fair
get upset.
play.
It is what it is.
No, you can't. Trash talking is one of the best parts of sports.
And you can actually bet the UFC on a sports book.
There you go. All right.
So the next time you see a UFC event, it's
So you're a
right there.
UFC fan?
Big time.
Yeah. You know what? When I was growing up, boxing was the thing, right? Obviously, I remember when the heavyweight champion of the world was the most famous athlete in the world. And they used to get together, my dad and all his friends. And I was a little kid, I used to be in charge. First time I ever made a rum and coke was during an old alley fight. And all that,
blame
right?
it on alley fight.
It was an alley fight.
All right.
Right? So you had a lot of fun with the boxing, but then, boxing became, because you saw some really sketchy decisions by the judges. And I kind of lost it from there. I never was able to pick up on the boxing or the UFC.
I was a guy who grew up listening to fights on the radio.
Right.
With my grandpa, Cam Thompson, and then on ABC Sports, Wide World of Sports, you'd catch fights.
That's the second most pathetic sport radio story in the Bahamas I've heard.
Which is
the other one is, and I was on the boat when he did it, listening to the Indianapolis 500 on the radio.
Okay.
That takes the cake.
We were sports Johnsons, what can you say?
Simple as that.
In a good way.
Simple as that.
But some of the best times you look back at some of those sports radio theater of the mind, you remember the play-by-play better when you look at it in person. You're like, wow, he did it more justice on the radio than.
Well, if you got a Vince Scully talking to you, baby.
There you go.
You ain't going to get better than that.
Joe Buck.
Yeah, it's simple as
Not
that.
Junie.
You and I are on the same boat. We believe in the power of radio.
Yeah, there you go.
And the voices on them.
There you go. The great ones. Cosell was another one.
Of course.
Was absolute magic. The way to describe the fight.
And the whole betting thing. You remember the early days when they used to bring
Jimmy the Greek Snyder.
Jimmy the Greek Snyder
on CBS. The best NFL
That's
show
how it all
ever.
started learning about betting on football and stuff like that.
Irv Cross, Brett
Cross,
Judge, and Jimmy the Greek Snyder.
Oh man, any of them still around?
Probably maybe Musburger.
Brett Musburger.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Brett Musburger's still
I
around.
think Irv Cross may be alive. I'm not sure, but I know we lost Jimmy the Greek, and I know we lost.
Yeah,
Philip
Jimmy the
Stewart.
Greek is definitely gone because he ended up getting in trouble, eh?
Right, he made one comment. Similar to Bert Campaneris in the dog.
Yeah, he was one of the early ones to get in trouble for that public statements.
Yeah, about melanin, and that was that. Way before his time. I mean, he's probably looking down now going,
See?
Look what they got away with now. They give it a whole show.
They annexed me for life, for my opinion. So look what they allowed to happen today.
But I think one of the best hobbies, like for those who like to play online, get yourself involved with your favorite sports team and learn how to win. Hockey's another great way to play.
Yeah, hockey is, and of course they've getting ready to move into their playoffs actions too.
And you could do over and under. You could do about a quarter.
Now hockey, a tip for you on hockey: find a hot goaltender.
Oh, yeah. You get that hot goaltender.
You get a hot goaltender, and let me tell you, that's when you could get upsets in hockey. And Lottie already told you, when you pick the upsets is when you really make the money, right? So if you find, or if you follow, even look at some of the Sports Center, and may I recommend you watch TSN if you want to bet on hockey and hear some of their hockey coverage. They'll tell you who the hot goaltenders are. And hockey has a long tradition of a hot goaltender changing the whole landscape of the playoffs. By himself, that goaltender will drive a team, unlike the other sports. So that's your betting tip when it comes to hockey. Find the hot goalie and run with him.
The hot goalie is always one to grab it.
Run with him, man.
Run with.
Very few. Any sport could be dominated by one person now. Any team sport.
Baseball, if you got a good pitcher on the mound.
For one game, anyway.
Yeah.
For one, but the old saying in baseball, you only as good as the next day starter.
But I mean, I'm already looking at the parlay right now. I like the Heat tonight. I like the Lakers tonight. And then if you look at baseball,
what's the money line in the Lakers? Lakers got to be heavily favored. Hey.
Yeah, the Lakers are favorite now.
I've throw $20 on them to lose.
Yeah, see, there you go.
You throw $20 on them. They'll choke away.
And then,
they're gonna choke away,
especially because they got one more chance.
They shouldn't even be there.
They shouldn't be.
No.
And when I tell Laker fans, I said, listen, you know how I feel about LeBron. However,
how do you feel about LeBron?
I have been in self-imposed exile, watching the Lakers from a distance as long as he's there, and I pull for my favorite player, who is Ja Morant. I'm a Ja Morantafarian.
All right,
Morantafari.
Morantafari.
Yeah, I'm a Morantafarian. But tonight we got, like in baseball, if you look over in baseball though, you got a lot of nice games on schedule.
Yeah,
surprised I didn't hear from Pearlie yet. I'm hoping Pearlie was going to chime in. If not, we'll have Pearlie in depth tomorrow.
Well, baseball, it's one of those pretty much daily sports too, right? So every day there'll be baseball games available for you.
You got some good ones tonight. Yankees in Cleveland.
And again, this is another thing. You do a little bit of thinking prior to investing. Right, look at pitching matchups.
Who's hot?
If you get two great pitchers going at each other, that may be a good time to run on that under and stuff. Right. So look at the matchups because they do make a huge difference. Baseball is a matchup sport more than any other sport out there.
And baseball, you can have fun with it tonight too, man. You got the Yankees at Cleveland, you got the A's at Baltimore, you got the Astros and the Pirates, the Red Sox and the Rays.
I'm taking the Red Sox tonight.
Because
you know what?
They
do. They what, 10-0?
Yeah,
they are due. That's it. That's my bet tonight.
The Marlins and the Phillies, the Tigers and the Blue Jays, the Padres and the Mets, the Reds and the Braves.
What's Chisholm doing tonight?
He's injured still.
No, he played this weekend. Yeah, he scored 2 runs, had 2 steals, 2 hits, and got kicked out of the game. Eh?
Oh, but I got to double check.
Yeah, and got kicked out. Imagine if he stayed in. I was
watching Carifta again.
Yeah. So who the Marlins playing?
They play the Phillies tonight.
At the Phillies, all right.
Yeah, Detroit at Toronto, San Diego, New York, Mets, Cincinnati Reds, Atlanta Braves, Seattle Mariners, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox at the Minnesota Twins, Kansas City Royals at the Texas Rangers, St. Louis Cardinals at the Colorado Rockies, Washington Nationals at the Angels of Los Angeles, the Milwaukee Brewers are at the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers and the Giants.
Go blue.
And a slugfest tonight.
We mashed them up last night.
I know that's what Pearlie going to be locked and loaded to.
Yeah, we mashed them last night. Muncie had 2 home runs, like 7 RBIs on them last night. And I hope he offered that whole... If you fail for a whole season, is it still a slump?
Yeah.
Whole season.
Yeah,
you can say it's a season slump.
Seasonal slump.
He was in a season slump all last year, so I hope he finally unslumping. Because actually, this is the first year in quite a while that my Dodgers are not anticipated to be the top dog in the National League.
Y'all got enough pitching to get you there. Trust me.
The pitching kind of scares me a little bit. The depth of pitching, to tell you the truth. Our pitchers are a little bit old in the tooth. We lost some offense. I don't understand why they let Trey Turner go. If y'all watch the World Baseball Classic, you get a good idea. But this guy is a hitting machine, all-star shortstop, and we let him go. And then we was going to start this guy only his second year, Gavin Lux. And he gets injured in spring training, gone for the flipping year.
That hurt Pearlie because Pearlie was really high on Lux coming out. Mr. Producer, let's check the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, no, they didn't, man. This JJ get the big brother.
What's going on, JJ?
Look here. That fella, he came in the Dodger. He hit the King, so it has nothing right. But look here, you give him a better while to go. Look here, I can bet you $30 and $10 the Lakers win tonight. I'll give Nutty the money. If he lose, I'll give Nutty the money.
All right.
Is that a bet?
So what you're doing is you're giving me 3-1 odds. My $10. Again.
No, I put no, not to you. Just for your guess. No,
Oh,
you don't like the Lakers, so I bet.
For me, I don't like the Lakers.
Then bet your money.
But I don't like them.
He say
Bet your money.
But I don't even like who they play.
Money.
He say bet your 10 against his 30.
My 10 against his 30?
Yeah, the Lakers win tonight.
How could the Lakers not win tonight?
No.
Why don't you just say, Eddie, I need to borrow $10? Why don't you just come up to me and say, Eddie, can you lend me $10?
Eddie,
Eddie, you bet me yes or no, man.
I hate LeBron so much I can loan you the 10.
No, look here. They was at man. They was at but he has bigger win.
So what happened after you all win tonight? Where do you go from there?
Think about the championship again.
Championship pound. Okay.
Again.
All right.
Better no bet.
Okay, no bet.
No bet.
Yeah. I didn't even watch it. I wouldn't even watch the Lakers
You're
tonight.
going to keep that 10. But we're going to get to the break. Mr. Producer, on the flip side of the break, we got Rich Eisen with his whole rundown of the NBA playoffs, the first round, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's it.
All right, and I want to thank Eddie for chiming in today, man. And
It's
bringing
a
us up to
pleasure
stuff.
hanging
And
out
remember,
with Donnie by Nature.
bet it and forget it and do it responsibly with the Island Game, all right? TheIslandGame.com. Log on, and then, of course, check out the sports book and play and win. We didn't hear from Pearly today, did we? So we got Pearly in depth tomorrow. I know Pearly was busy today, coming off the holiday, but we'll talk with Pearly in depth tomorrow. We'll be going one-on-one in the 5 o'clock hour, and of course, he'll be talking Dodger baseball, too, because I know he took a
Good
lot of
man.
fun this weekend.
It's a good man.
I just want Dodgers-Yankees World Series. I think that'll be
Man, let me tell you, rest in peace, Jeff Aubrey, my boy. Mr. Yankee to me,
Yeah.
Mr. JBLN.
Another Yankee.
He was a huge Yankee fan, right?
Another Yankee. We can't forget Frankie Simmons. Frankie the
No,
Yankee as well.
That's true.
That's my boy.
But me and Jeff have been waiting for 20 years for that matchup to come again, and it never happened.
It can come.
Yeah.
You got the two of them waking up there now.
They negotiate and work it out.
One of them got to find Leo DeRoche somewhere and Casey Stengel and Billy Martin. It can happen.
Rest in peace, Mr. Aubrey, and thank for everything you did for Junior Baseball League in this country. We thank you, and I hope everybody who saw the Carifta as I leave Naughty right now, you all see the investment in our youth in sports.
Yeah,
okay?
continue to do
Take
so.
that seriously. It is an investment. It ain't just sponsoring you, investing in our country and our youth, and we need sports. Sports will do a long way towards fixing some of the issues we have in this country. Every kid should have an activity going on at school, not even if it's just sports. It could be a science club, could be flying kite, anything,
whatever.
a club. You got to have an activity, belong to something, have a hobby, get into it.
And it doesn't involve your thumbs being connected to an electronic
Correct.
device. If
Absolutely
your thumbs are connected to a paintbrush,
Yes.
or a
Yes.
sculpted knife, or
Yeah,
something
man.
like that. That's different.
You know what we need to go? We need to go like the old Rocky. You know, the old Rocky movies when he goes back to nature and goes back to the old ways for training.
But I
That's
can be
what we
honest
have to
with
do
you.
as a country.
You tell some of these kids today, go play, they look at you confused.
And hard out there.
What? Anyway, Rich Eisen taking us home. Always a pleasure, Eddie. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads, man. Be good, Bahamas. And if you can't be good at it. We'll see you mañana.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Oh, did I eat up all the food? Did I drink down all the rum sweet? We can scrape it dance all night long to the sounds of the ancient man. Now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish.
I got prostate cancer. My family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Hazelnut meets mocha with the new Dunkin' Hazelnut Mocha Signature Latte. Savor the delicious coffee combination of smooth, rich espresso with silky chocolate and toasted hazelnut flavors. All topped with whipped cream, decadent mocha drizzle, and hot chocolate powder. Available hot or iced, the Dunkin' Mocha Latte is the perfect pick-me-up at any time of day. So why wait? Head to your favorite Dunkin' and enjoy the Dunkin' Hazelnut Mocha taste sensation today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
People, what you thinking? We want something different. People, what you wanting? We want local government. I can tell them no more slunking. We want see it function. I can tell them no more joke. I forgot. Going down Blue Hill Road, going down Village Road, going down Nassau Road. We want local government. We want local government. Listen road, we want local government. Share the love, we want local government. We got call for local government.
Sign the petition and find out more information at risebahamas.net.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You're not concerned about your first round series?
For the Sixers, not so much. For the Clippers, obviously, yeah.
Well, I mean,
you know that, and for as much as I hate to admit it, because you've been so adamant about this all year about the sitting out, the Clippers did it to themselves. You know, they there's no reason they shouldn't be the 3 seed right now, but you know,
the Clippers did it to themselves, but the Suns did it for themselves. Who the hell saw Kevin Durant being acquired by the Phoenix Suns?
Yeah.
Anybody? Bueller?
That was not on anyone's
honestly,
bingo card.
like these Clippers minus Paul George and the Suns minus Durant, I think you got yourself a heck of a series here. Because let's dive into this here. We have a few minutes. The Clippers bench, the second unit for the Clippers,
deep.
I would give them the nod, right? Over the Suns?
Over the Suns bench, I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Suns are just a
totally
starting unit.
untested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally untested, and it's time for them to grow up. And you might just say they'll play the OGs deep. Durant and Chris Paul, deep. Can Chris Paul ever quit the Clippers or what?
Right.
How many times do they keep running into each other?
It's kind of crazy.
But the Clippers' second unit, do not sleep on them.
No.
And they do have their own NBA Finals MVP, and he's going to have to shoulder a ton of the burden, right?
Which he's been doing.
He's going to have to do that. And who else is going to have to step? Like, it's Russ. It's Russ.
I think for
Isn't
Russ,
that wild? Like that's Russ winds up on the Clippers, and at the time, Terrence Mann was playing very well, and the conversation here in Los Angeles is like, why are they doing it? Let's just stick with the kid. He's doing very well. What are we doing? And now it comes time for the playoffs, and it's like Russ can get him through.
Yeah.
But who's going to guard Durant? If Durant shows up
Kawhi.
like Durant, okay. Then who's going to guard Devin Booker?
That's going to be
Mason Plumlee's best friend?
It's going to be a group effort.
Norm Powell.
Norm
Powell, yeah.
Terrence Mann.
Like, T-Man will be on him.
It's going to be a group effort.
E. Gordon's probably going to draw some time on him.
Which series is your favorite of the first round?
Holy smokes. It's hard not to say.
Let's throw Suns and Clippers
Suns,
out.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Throw it out. You know.
I mean, it's Knicks Cavs. That game is going to go
another 4 or 5.
7 games, and each game is going to come down to the last possession. It feels like.
I'll tell you what.
Donovan Mitchell might have a couple 50-pointers. The way Julius Randle has played, if he's healthy, the way Brunson has played this year, earned every penny. Everyone who scoffed that contract when he signed it over the summer, $100 million for a number 2, number 3 guy.
You're with me.
He has been amazing.
Jalen Brunson has caused me to become a Knicks fan again. Honestly.
With good reason.
Watching Jalen Brunson has caused me to just put my Dolan, what is it? It's not the wormhole. We had Neil deGrasse Tyson said it was a black hole, right? Yeah. Just get me out of that gravitational pull.
Yeah.
Now then, there's 2 other series that are under the radar because they haven't existed yet. If it's Lakers, Grizzlies, and Heat, Celtics.
I'm terrified of playing the Heat.
Okay. The Nets, with their Dallas Mavericks, have the opportunity to just shock the world, beat the Sixers. You want to talk about an unlikely playoff 6 seed. This team, all summer long, it was how will Kyrie and Durant, finally having come together for this team, get ready to play with Ben Simmons, right? How is this team going to win it all? Because they can just win it all just by rolling their roster out there. Durant is the 4 seed with the Suns. Kyrie is sitting at home because his trade to the Mavericks, with whatever the hell happened there, caused them to eventually pull. It didn't work. They pulled the plug on the season the Friday before. He's out. And all the Mavericks that get traded are now in the playoffs with a completely recast team with Jacques Vaughn, who was the interim coach for a bit. The 6 seed was a Steve Nash coach team with Kyrie and Durant being the dynamic duo. And you thought when Durant gets traded and Kyrie gets traded and Jacques Vaughn, they fire the coach, they would be the team on the outside looking in. Right. Not already with their playoff spot secured. They don't even have to play in. What an incredible story the Nets are to be the 6 seed. But the one that nobody's talking about, because it involves a team that hadn't made the playoffs in 12 years. A team that hasn't made the playoffs in 12 years taking on the defending champs with the 6 seed because Draymond hit Jordan Poole and because Steph was injured twice, because Wiggins was out with personal reasons for a couple months, and Clay was getting load managed, and they couldn't play a lick of defense and suddenly couldn't play on the road.
That was the big reason.
Couldn't win a road game.
That was the reason.
And despite all of that, Gary Payton II being reacquired, and then he's reacquired injured. You want to talk about a team that's reconstituted that nobody's talking about because the Heat is sending potentially the team that damn near knocked off the Celtics last year, potentially to Boston because they have a whole story, but they still are the same team, the Heat.